Hello and welcome to Newswatch Online TV News Hour with me, Mariato Dukure. International Sex Workers Day, which is also known as International Horse Day, is a day commemorated every year in June 2nd, with the theme Access to Justice. Commercial sex workers around the capital have raised concerns on how COVID-19 has disturbed their livelihood. Howard Auda has more details.
The Remembrance Day is celebrated annually since 1976 on the 2nd of June every year. When speaking to Newswatch TV, some commercial sex workers said they are going through a difficult period because of the curfew.
Right now, coronavirus, we're not going outside right now. When I go outside to survive, no, no, blood on a kangaroo dancing there. At the streets, no level, you want to tell lies. And I'm not in a day. As you go around, I put a girl to the east. Blood on a kangaroo this year, God bless you now. You must know the communal streets, the Malia, the Malia, I know you see the Malia people. That's your sister, I don't know. Streets now.
Abibti Kamara is the Director of Social Linkages for Youth Development and Child Link. According to him, one of their mandates is to make sure commercial sex workers have the right to justice. He speaks more on the day.
About 100 female sex workers protested in a church called Saint Navis in Lyon in France to express their anger about the criminalities, about their trade. And again, the children of these sex workers demonstrated with them by saying that their mothers should not go to jail.
The country director UNAIDS, Isaac Hamansa, also gives statistics on the affected HIV-positive cases and also encourages authorities to give attention to commercial sex workers.
1.5% to about 1.7%, which if you look at the increase is very marginal, which essentially means if you take the population of Sierra Leone, which is about 7 million people, we have just about 74,000 people living with HIV in the country. But if you look at among the key populations, the populations we call key populations include the drug users, the sex workers, the people in prisons, the people who inject drugs, and the transgender. The HIV prevalence among these populations are significantly high.
The commercial sex workers are calling for support during this period. Reporting for Newswatch Online TV, I am Howard Auda.
In 2019, Government of Sierra Leone, through the Ministry of Tertiary and Higher Education, set up a new technical vocational training (TVT) policy, which will create the skills for young people to meet the needs of the job market. Mariama Kaifona, Communications and Research Manager, TVT Image Campaign, talks to Newswatch on the role of TVT in the fight to beat COVID-19.
The Technical Vocational Education and Training Program is something that people for far too long has regarded as something for dropouts. And people think if they send their children to Technical Vocational Institutes, they will not become a kind of high-class people they want them to be in the community. And the Image Campaign is here to try to wipe away this kind of thinking that people have, this kind of perception that people have, that TVET is meant for low-class people, TVET is meant for dropouts, TVET is meant for people who are not able to get their requirements to go to big universities, TVET is meant for people who are on their way, they become pregnant and drop from school and they want to come up again. If you engage into any TVET institution and you come out, I'm telling you, we're feeling the middleman power of this nation. And TVET can develop yourself, because you can become self-employed, you can create jobs for others, and you can even contribute to national development. And we have seen how they have contributed immensely in the fight against COVID. How, as you asked. Let me draw you to the point of having this mass production. When the COVID hit Sierra Leone, people were struggling to buy the ready-made masks from the pharmacies. It was really expensive. But because of the initiative of our skills workers across the country, they were able to produce the cotton masks, which everybody can afford today. It's very reasonable and everybody can afford it. That's the contribution of TVET in the fight against COVID. Let's look at the students at commerce. See, they have produced hand sanitizer. That's our own local content. That's skills. That's their skill they have manifested. So this is also how TVET is contributing towards the fight against COVID-19.
Now let's join Howard Dauda in Studio 2 for the guest interview.
Thank you very much, Maria Tudukwe, and welcome viewers to Newswatch Online TV News Hour interview segment with me, Howard Dauda. Our African proverbs for today: when the shepherd comes home in peace, the milk is sweet. Our special guest is the coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition, Alphonse Somali. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Let's start to discuss about your general assessment in the fight against COVID-19. What are your assessments?
Thank you very much. Before we had our index case as a country, we commend the president for the moves he undertook, like closing the border, closing schools, visited some strategic areas, inspect some hospitals' facility to ensure that if we had COVID, we are prepared to fight COVID within the shortest possible time. And compared to other African presidents, they never did. So we commend President Bio for that. After that, we had our index case. Now, President Bio established the EOC, now called NACOVAD, so they can put efficient, effective strategy in place to fight COVID. 2 months down the line, numbers keep increasing. We have come to the conclusion that the EOC is ineffective, inefficient to manage COVID for several reasons.
So how do you reach that conclusion?
1, in fighting COVID, you must ensure you manage quarantine centers well. We've seen people, we've watched videos, we've visited quarantine centers where people will complain that they have quarantined me for 4-5 days, no food, no water. So what happened? Even at night, family members, friends will go in to offer help to those families who are in quarantine. And we cannot account for those people who go into those centers those odd hours. Before we had the inter-district lockdown, there were a few districts with COVID. When the inter-district lockdown in place, all of the districts have had COVID except Carina district. How do we explain that? Reliability of the testing system. People do not have confidence.
So,
Dr. Michael Luba, the former Minister of Education, died.
okay.
He was tested negative. Immediately after the burial, they said no, he is positive.
So do you want to say the precautionary measures are not working?
They are not working because of the kind of administrative skills the EOC have to bring each and every sector on board to fight COVID as a team. Mark, when you saw the EOCs, they are devolved government officials from the Ministry of Health, from the ONS, from the Ministry of Information, the military, the police, social welfare. All of this come together. There are few appointments outside those structures appointed by the president. But the EOC is overcrowded. Now look at case management. Overcrowded. Too many cooks spoil the food. It's overstaffed. And we don't need that large team to fight COVID. We need a team that have strategy that can move the entire country.
What's responsible for that?
Of course, the leadership. When you say the leadership, starting with Brigadier Kelly Conte and team. How do you explain this? Lebanese communities, several well-meaning Sierra Leoneans have donated food items to the EOC. Thousands bags of rice, provision, toiletries. We all have seen them.
So
and
you
yet
want to
still,
say the donations are not reaching the actual beneficiaries.
And yet still, we have suppliers who have to supply food in quarantine homes. And in quarantine people without food. How do you explain this? And in fighting COVID, one of the pillars that you should not careless is the quarantine home. You must make sure when you quarantine people, you provide for them because you have restricted their movement. People do not have confidence in the testing system. 2 days ago, look what happened in Kenema. They went for 2 people. All of them say they are going because this is not lie. So you make people to believe not to have confidence because of some grievous mistake you have made. How do you explain testing Dr. Bar negative after the funeral? You say it is positive. Will people believe you? They will not even have confidence in the system.
Okay, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll give you more updates. Welcome back. You're still with me, Awa Dauda, and in the studio I'm with Alfonso Mali, the coordinator for Civil Rights Coalition. Alfonso, let's talk about the frontline workers. We're talking about the nurses, the doctors.
That justifies what we are saying when they have the resources. It is only when Umar Ufufana posted 2 days ago on social media that frontline workers are going to go on strike. Then the Ministry of Health issue out a press release, say they are going to pay them the next day. The Ministry of Finance issue out also a press release saying the issue of health insurance have been taken care of.
We have seen another press release that have countered that.
Exactly. So that justifies what we are saying, the issue of inconsistency, the issue of incompetency in terms of managing COVID. How do you explain this? Ministry of Finance issue a press release. Ministry of Health issue a press release. The very health workers themselves issue a press release to say what you are saying is not correct. And the health workers and frontline workers are key in the fight against COVID. And you can see the actually mismatch between EOC and the doctors themselves, who should be the frontline workers. Because when they issue out this kind of press release, tells you the huge gap, the huge communication gap, the huge disagreement.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us in this edition of Newswatch Online TV News Hour. We hope to have you in some other program.
Thanks very much, and it's good talking to you.
Thank you very much. Well, let's join Maria Tudukure for the rest of the news.
That was Alpha Sumani, Coordinator Civil Rights Coalition in Studio 2 with Hawa Dauda. Now let's go for a quick break. We will be right back.
I'm a civil society activist. I'm a lawyer. I'm also in football. This never call on Sierra Leoneans to ensure say, we put aside hate, we put aside tribalism, we put aside regionalism and focus on nation building. It's not the time for avoid chaos. Let nobody know incite violence. We in a democratic society, and if we live within the rule of law and democratic tenets of government.
Mina Asma James, Mina the station manager for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. I dey call on the young people in a salon for make we maintain peace. We the young people get responsibility so much for make sure say we country salon better.
Famulem, na my name Yusuf Keketo Masadi, I'm the press secretary and spokesperson for the president. I send this peace message because, like the president say in his speech on the 8th of May, that now one salon we get. And this country now we all call home. So therefore, we all for work together for make sure say we consolidate with peace and we make sure say we strengthen the democracy.
Welcome back, viewers. Please do not forget to click on the red button below. Justice Alhaji Momo Jas Stevens has ruled in the ongoing treason trial of retired Major Paulo Conte and two others that the prosecution is not compelled to tender as evidence the footages of the closed-circuit television CCTV at State House.
The judge said if the office of the presidency wants to present the footage, it is good, but he cannot force them to do so, citing Section 48, subsection 4 of the 1991 Constitution, which notes, among others, that one cannot bring an action against the office of the president. The defense counsel representing Paulo Conte, Joseph Fijgad Camara, applied for the court to proceed behind closed doors to view the CCTV footage of his client's visits to State House. His application was objected. The prosecuting counsel, Edgar Fisher, on the grounds that such issues attract national security interest and that the security around the presidency shouldn't be discussed in either public or private. The defense counsel argued that if the prosecution could not provide the footage to the defense, then he doesn't think if there is any treason charge against his client. The seventh prosecution witness, Lieutenant Colonel Mohammed Moiba Kosoa, who is the Director of Security and head of the Joint Presidential Guard Force, told the court that the ground floor at State House has a CCTV system, but for security reasons, it can't disclose its surveillance system. He continued that the ground floor at State House also has a scan and metal detector that scan visitors. There were other prosecution witnesses that testified in the ongoing treason matter at the High Court. Retired Alfred Paolo Conte, retired Colonel Sir Anthony Sina, and Prince George Jusu are before the court for 16-count charges ranging from treason, possession of unlicensed firearms, prejudice, to importation of small arms without valid license and other related charges, but they have denied the charges. The state is represented by the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Priscilla Showers, and other lawyers. The matter was adjourned for further hearing at the High Court. Reporting for Newswatch Online TV, I'm Yosefo Saidu Bangura.
Godrich Wharf, also known as Funkia, is also located around the western axis of Freetown Peninsula. Most inhabitants in that environment depend on petty trading to earn their daily living. Some stakeholders in that part of the country explained to Newswatch how they have been able to fight the coronavirus and some challenges that they are faced with in their community.
Sheku Fofana, headman of Funkia community, said that they are facing a lot of challenges because they do not have good roads, good market, schools, and a big hospital that will cater for all the inhabitants of Funkia. Adding that he feels happy to say that his community have not yet recorded any case of coronavirus because they are following all preventive measures given by the government.
Because we're already facing because when the first two they constrain one we would and the one thing and they will constrain we bad and they all make to the markets. Yes, government we don't build markets and but like, you know we say fine. I mean they didn't ask the markets they need to work safe because the family they can't build markets back, you get for ask the person. See, I want to build this markets now or how for make car. You understand, eh? So that thing make in fact that it means to just come up and to do this one. For this market business. I believe say the road and the markets are the two major things in Andy. They control the people and by God power they do the wash we bless them because they make us proud and no allow no case now. Take to the security the way at the WAF. They say they tell the level base and they make sure say anybody who can say when I'm foreign boats. They try for all the people who they then we don't even quarantine self about 4 years where people come out aside camp.
Also speaking was Muhammad Mansari, Councillor of Ward 386, Constituency 106. He said, since he took up office, he has not yet achieved anything positive. He pleaded with the government to support him achieve his goal by making the roads, market, community center, and other areas in the Funkia community.
For me, I take office that the 2 years, I think 1 month, 8 or 9 days this today. Well, my achievement that the community, I don't go say I don't achieve anything positive for now. The only achievement I get since I maintain the cordiality between me and the people. But in terms of anything where I will say achievement, I'm not able to achieve anything positive for now. So, we all Mohammed the guy, I kind of power for 3 things. The main important 2 I kind of power for. One of them 3 things a day, I will see that say the junction, this road from the junction, take inside. Now one of the things that make a kind of council, na governance as a councillor. The 2, we get an unfinished community center, we not finished. What the former honorable owner Dauda Kalong, now I'm a beginner. I believe say what we don't kind of power as an SFP, now we first priority that day. We I believe say the government for council me aid. You see that say then 2 things then they do am. The 3rd thing now the market for the people because they say the marketing and now they go on the street.
Reporting for Newswatch Online TV, I'm Yosefo Saidu Bangura.
Thank you very much, viewers, for watching this episode of Newswatch Online TV News Hour. Please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all Newswatch Online TV SL. I have been your presenter, Maria Tudukure. Have a nice day.